Speed reading isn't about rushing through pages, but it's about racing towards understanding. So good day everyone, I am Karen Casayas and our topic for today is all about reading with speed. Reading with speed refers to the pacing in running over a written text at the same time that you are coping with it to achieve your purpose for doing so. So when we say reading with speed means able to go through a written text without losing comprehension. Because when we say reading with speed, it's not just about reading fast, but it's also about finding the balance between speed and comprehension. And also, when we say reading with speed means adjusting the pace of your reading so you can go through a written text while still understanding and achieving your purpose. So, to make it short, when we say reading with speed means you have the ability to control your reading pace. It could be slower, it could be faster, depending on your goal, so you have your enough time to comprehend the text. And we have this one big problem when it comes to reading with speed. And admit it or not, we are sometimes or even always doing this. And because of our strong desire to comprehend, to understand the text, it tends us to read too slow, which can generally happen because of a frequent fixation and regression. So what is frequent fixation and regression? So frequent fixation means when a reader's eyes stop too many times on the words while reading. So frequent fixation, this usually happens when the reader is low, unsure, and trying hard to understand. And because of that, the reader might stop almost every word of the text just to understand that. While regression means when the reader's eyes go back to read something already read. So regression, this happens when the reader didn't understand, skip, or misread the word. So after the reader will read the whole text, the reader will go back to the beginning to check again. So that was regression. So to make them short, when we say frequent fixation means stopping too often, while regression means going back. So that's the difference between the two. Now let's proceed to the key speed reading technique. So we have four. First we have the pacing, the chunking, reduce regression, and improve eye movement. So let's take the first key speed reading techniques. So pacing, when we say pacing, means release or speed of your reading. So it refers to the speed at which information is delivered. So in pacing, you can use techniques like using your finger, your pen, or other tracker materials to guide your eyes in a consistent and steady pace. And next we have chunking. Chunking means grouping words. So instead of taking words one by one, why not learn to try to take it as a group? For example, the cat is on the mat. So in that way, you are reading like a primary level, and wake up, you are now a college student. So instead of reading like that, you can read like the cat is on the mat. Because of that, you are reading multiple words at once. So now let's proceed to reduce regression. So I already discussed what is regression. Regression means going back. So in reduce regression, avoid backtracking or rereading the lines. Because if you are keep doing this, it can be a habit to everyone. And the last is improve eye movements. So in improve eye movements, why not try to train your eyes to move in a smooth, controlled manner across the page rather than jumping and pausing erratically. So when we say erratically, it's like you are pausing randomly. So to avoid that, you can use techniques like peripheral vision. So in that, you can read multiple words at once. So now let's proceed to reading with comprehension. Comprehension takes place when there is a communication between the reader and the author. In simple words, it is understanding what the author has written. So comprehension, it means understanding the author's message through reading. So aside from speed, comprehension is another concern when it comes to reading. So when we say reading with comprehension, it talks about the relationship or the connection between the authors and the readers. So when we are reading, comprehension always takes place. So if you are reading without comprehension and in real sense, you are not reading. What you are doing is what we call words calling. So in reading with comprehension, we have the three levels of thinking comprehension. First, we have the literal level or reading of the lines. It requires the reader to remember or recall facts directly found in the material read. So when we say literal level or reading of the line means understanding what is exactly written in the text. It is about remembering facts, details, or information that is directly stated in the text without guessing or adding your own opinion. So, it is about kung ano ang nakasulat, yun na yun. So now, let's proceed to the second level of thinking comprehension. We have the inferential level or reading between the lines. It means it requires the reader to look for implied data in the selection. So, in second level of thinking comprehension, it is the inferential. So, when we say inferential, it means understanding the deeper meaning of the text. So, instead of taking the words as they are, the reader will look for hints, clues, or connection that is not directly stated in the text. And last, we have the critical level or reading beyond the lines. It takes place when the reader evaluates the materials read, gives opinions and ideas read using his schema in relation to the information read. So, in critical level, it means judging what you read. It's about checking if the line is true, logical, or useful. And then after that, you will give your own idea based on what you already know. So take note, when we say critical level, it means judging. And when we say inferential, it's about finding clues, hints, or connection that is not directly stated. And when we say literal level, it means understanding what is exactly written in the text. And that's all. Thank you.